it's about that cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the motor's not anything special, so.
It's just a tired old 350.
Oh, hey, the hood actually popped.
Hey, it's amazing what happens when you get the hood lube.
Yeah.
Kaden, tell us what this is.
So it's a 94 Blazer. So I got myself a second one. This one just happens to be 20 years newer. And it actually, well, I mean, the other one does run. This one has a rear drive line now, so. This is just gonna be my daily driver. I'm moving out in a couple months, getting married, and I need something to drive. This one happened to come to us a few months ago, and I think it's perfect. I just don't see what there isn't to like on this one. It needs a few things. The interior's a little nasty.
Just a good cleaning. Nothing
Too bad, so.
Nothing that a good cleaning can't solve.
Still got the original handles. This one's just broke.
What these like to do, the key cylinder right there fell in. So we'll see if we can fix it, and if not, we'll very grudgingly put a plastic one on it. And the oil cooler lines are just
pouring.
We pulled it in yesterday to put a list together. You can't see it anymore, but it was a puddle.
Left a puddle this big.
And it was running for what, like 15 minutes is all?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
The oil's still full though, so that's good.
We need to figure out why the front wiper squirter doesn't work. The thermostat's open. It won't get over, what, like 98 degrees?
Yeah, I think it might hit 100 if I was working it, but that'd probably be about all it does, so.
And then the doors on these like to sag. It doesn't hardly shut. So we'll fix that.
Yep, we put together a list of a few things. It needs a idler arm and a pitman arm. Needs an air filter and a few other odds and ends and whatever else, so.
Yep, we'll get to it. Or he will. I might work on my Jeep. I'm not doing anything special. I'm literally wiring in a switch. Override switch. Just drive second first. So that I have second and first I can differentiate from. But that's a Jeep. This is the cool project.
So, and this is why we're putting an air filter in it. See, it looks okay, but if you go, it was actually worse yesterday. But anyway, it needs one.
It's getting one. Oh look, this is even a better filter. Look how much more surface area. Compare them side by side. Well, the look,
just
see
like
how there's more folds in this one than this one?
Oh, yeah.
See that one versus that one. So on a filter, if you sprung it all out and it was a bigger piece to start with, that's more area to filter.
Yeah, just get cruising on a few things and see what we get. Okay, so pulled the thermostat out. It is definitely stuck open. So I guess these are called a safety stat, where it has little tings on it that if it opens so far, it just doesn't close again. But here's the new one. It is in fact closed, and well, let's just hope it doesn't do that.
Yeah, but if you look, this was also, it was a 160 degree thermostat. So it really needed a thermostat from whenever this one was put in.
Yeah, 'cause this one's a 195 is what we're gonna put in it.
Have to keep an eye on it. It might have been fighting an overheating issue at one point.
Yeah.
Or it might still have one.
Yep, that
for
might
someone.
be fun, so.
But from what I understand, the lower the temperature of the thermostat, the easier it is for it to go into safety lockout.
Well, at any stretch. The thermostats on these are super easy. It's 2 bolts, and it takes longer to clean up all the gasket and crap than it does to do it, so. Okay, and then just a little other note too. When you do things like this, that the bolts go into water, you want to make sure that you put some paste on them, or else they get all nasty like that. So I'm gonna run a tap down these, and then I'll put some paste, some Teflon paste on these when I reinstall them.
Do you mean to die?
Yeah, I do mean to die. Yep. Yeah, die. Well, you know, I'm only so good, so. I usually don't mix up my bolts and my nuts, but I definitely mix up taps and dies, so.
So what are we doing next?
Okay. So this doesn't work. When you kick squirt, it don't squirt.
Okay.
So we have the, yeah. We're just gonna see if it just needs a motor.
You mean,
have it unplugged?
you mean pump?
Yeah. Well, motor, pump. Same thing.
So these are just little Noid lights. These are actually supposed to like plug into fuel injectors to test for power, but they actually, this connector right here is pretty much the same connector GM uses on their fuel injectors. So, go ahead.
See if it lights that up, and if it does, oh,
Hey, look at that.
oh, we just need a pump.
We'll get that coming. And we ordered a blower motor resistor for it.
Oh yeah. If you run the blower motor, it's kind of what it sounds like. This is the key right now. It sounds about that good. It does it for just a minute, but it's fine, because as soon as it quiets up, it's good. And I don't want to put a blower motor in this. The thing that I do want to fix is that when it's on low, the blower doesn't do anything. So I'm hoping, or I was hoping, that putting a blower motor resistor in this would be easy, but it's not looking like it. So I've got this whole thing pulled apart. There's a whole bar of relays, because that's where it actually sits.
So
It's
yeah,
in that hole.
See the hole, and then right here in front of it is where all those connectors that are right there go to all those relays that are right there.
Yeah.
And they block it, so you have to undo it.
Yeah.
So until we get the right resistor, it'll just sit like that. And we'll hope that the resistor was the problem. If not, we'll dig into it more. But that's a common failure on these.
Yeah, but now we just gotta get this passenger door to shut.
Does it? Yeah.
The way it just does this.
Gets the first latch.
Yeah, it's because the door's sag.
Yeah, you can look at the body lines. And, oh, this one looks like it's a little more obvious. So, we'll show you what we do to fix that. So we just got it right there in the strong part of the door, but it's kind of at an angle, so it tries to kick the door out. Here, I'll pump it so you can hold it.
Okay. But yeah, so we're just, because of the way that
About
the
right
hinges,
there.
I can probably give it a little bit more.
Okay, so sorry, what were you saying?
It's because of the way that the hinges are on these, there's no adjustment in them. They're just spot welded to the pillar. So this is how you adjust them.
With a block of wood and a jack.
And a lot of ignorance.
Well, I know
see Tyson here, he'll get it all fixed up, so.
Well, Tyson would have been out here with the porta power and big old fancy hammer, and
Yeah,
he probably would have found a way to get a pry bar in there too.
Oh yeah, right there with burning the tables.
Right there with burning tables, yep.
So, yeah, it's right in his skill set, so.
So here's what the hinges look like. So you can see the bracket is actually spot welded to the pillar on the cab and on the door. So it's not like his other Blazer where you can take and loosen up 3 bolts and adjust it. You have to just tell it what to do. So see if I can hold still on jacking it, and you can see how it's kind of picking up the whole.
Yeah, it just picks up the whole side of the car.
Whole side of the Blazer.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll give it one more pump. We'll let it sit for a minute. Keep some pressure on it. Hi, Mom.
You want me to video?
Sure.
Are you helping it?
Yeah, we're just keeping this thing down.
Yeah.
Pick up some more, so.
Okay.
Go one more. We'll do it.
God, I can hear it popping.
I don't know if that's the door as much as the suspension.
Yeah, we're kind of picking up the whole side of it, so hearing it right
Yeah,
here,
you'll
I
watch
think
the
it's.
whole truck fall down once Kaden releases this.
Oh yeah, it'll be super obvious, but I think it's the leaf springs since I'm right there next to it. Okay, I'm gonna let it down. Yeah, watch the side of the Blazer come down.
Hey. There we go.
Is it perfect or a little on the high side?
Well, I think it's actually still hot.
Okay, well, we'll go up. If anything, we want it high because it's gonna saturate.
Guys, Kaden may have a bit of a Blazer addiction.
Hey, it's not a bad addiction to have.
This is last gen,
Well,
full size, right?
Yeah, he's got the first gen of the full size and the last one. Hey, Kyler. How was school?
Oh,
He
thanks for
doesn't-
grabbing the mail.
He doesn't want to be on camera, apparently.
Okay.
I think we're starting to get there now. All right, we'll let it sit right there. Okay.
Hey, there we go.
It's
That's
high. There we go. So you can see the body line is a little high now.
Yeah. Which means the door actually shuts.
And you want that?
Yeah,
'cause
because
it's gonna sag.
it's gonna.
By this time tomorrow, it'll probably be about right.
We've already done this once. When we pulled it in yesterday, we wanted to see how bad the door was and see if it's gonna need a latch because it was so bad. So we did it then, really quick. And we thought we got it spot on. Well, it would shut when it came back in today. Now it shuts effortless. So,
But yeah, you can see that people have been slamming it for a long
yeah,
time.
there's a dent right here. Pretty good palm print right there from everyone slamming the door. So I got my Jeep done, so now Caden's got the lift. So it looks like he's getting started on the oil cooler lines.
Those joys.
Yeah, they're kind of messy, but at least he just went and degreased everything. He just took,
Well, I did take the degreaser, but the degreaser that I used sucked.
most of the degreaser we have anymore does.
Yeah, it didn't hardly do crap.
So we got it up in the air. Started looking at everything we got to do, because you can see the two lines, right?
Against doing the work for it.
There.
I actually wanted the cooler lines,
Well,
but they just need to go.
yeah. So we did a little thinking. We're like, hey, this thing's never gonna pull a trailer. If it pulls a trailer,
It's not gonna be a big one.
no, it might be a four-wheeler. It's not gonna pull
Yeah,
a
exactly.
camp trailer or something.
Yeah.
So why have oil cooler lines? They just leak. They're just a problem.
Yep, there's nothing cool about them.
And so Kaden walked out in the shed, found us one of these.
Funny backstory about that is that this came off of the motor that was initially gonna go on my other Blazer, in the orange one.
Which,
I had a 396 for it
Mhm.
that we were hoping was all ready to go, but the cylinder walls just weren't there.
something else really cool, this 396 that he was gonna use came out of a truck that Dusty used to have.
Yeah.
Long before Krusty. It was a 69 Chevy factory big block.
It was a cool truck.
It was a cool truck.
But the bedsides off of that truck are on Christy now.
Yep, those are the bedsides on Krusty now, because Krusty's bedsides were, well, crusty.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the
So-
whole bed on that truck was a little rough.
Yeah, so this will be the oldest part on this Blazer.
It will.
Yep.
Yep.
And the best part is,
We get a bigger one.
we get a bigger oil filter. This isn't even the biggest one we can fit.
This is what goes on our Suburban. And it's bigger than what's there. As well as, if you look up in here, this stupid oil filter is sideways right above the driver line. And now it will be right here, where it should be. It'll make life a
Simplest-
lot better.
Simpler, cheaper, because you don't have to pay $70 for oil cooler lines, and
Yep.
we just pull it all off, throw it
And
away.
send that whole reseal kit back.
I'll show you when we get it out, but we bought a seal kit to those filter adapters on these where they're turned 90. They like to leak, and now we won't need that.
Problem solved.
Yep, that's simple. That's easy.
Now let's cut some heater cooler lines. Or oil cooler lines. Yeah.
Did you say heater cool lines?
My mind got ahead of my mouth. No, sorry, wow, okay. Yeah, my mouth got ahead of my brain.
Apparently it's happening a lot.
Yeah, proof of point. I got one cut, but part of me doesn't want to fill this tool full of oil.
You know, it's just good oil for the blade. It's just lubing everything up really, really good.
Okay. Well, if it stops working, I'll just tell Dad. that you
I
said-
was joking, bud. Don't listen to me.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Hey, look at that.
Okay, well they can
I
sit
see.
and drain now. I've got the other one cut.
All right.
Enough. They're pretty well cut wide open.
Okay.
I'd definitely say that the upper one's it's cut all the way.
Yeah.
The lower one not quite, but it's a little bit tough to get those cut and keep the blade up with the oil pan though.
I'm thinking the last one I did, I used bolt cutters or something.
Oh, that one's better actually.
Oh, found something else you need to do. We need to put end links on it.
Oh, is it in that data?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, I remember seeing that, but I didn't get it marked down.
So they're on the way.
Sweet.
You have fun scraping that off.
Thanks.
Better you than me. Man, it might be easier just to pull that skid plate off and just put it in the solvent tank.
Yeah.
You're trying to get it clean. Yeah.
Something needs to be done with it. Here, it's kind of dripped for the next 3 weeks. And this is why we pulled it off.
Look at all that. Yeah, it's just gross. Start scraping it. Let's see. Look how thick that is.
Oh, it works right there. Yeah, there's some aluminum under there.
Man, you're gonna get an extra mile to the gallon just by scraping all the goo out.
Hey, I won't complain.
Yeah, we can get it house trained. Speaking of which, what is it with you and having blazers that aren't house trained?
I know. The input seal on the steering box on the other blazer is so bad.
Oh, let's see if it's puddling right now.
Pig mats under it.
Well, still, I'm gonna go show it. It's been in the garage for a few days now. I think 3 or 4 days. That's all. Let's see. Yeah, you see that puddle? It hasn't even been started. It didn't even start going in here. We pushed it in. Oh yeah, it's definitely been leaking.
Yeah, you can see it dripping off of the leaf spring.
Yeah, if you can get this one fixed, you'll at least have one house trained or garage trained.
I'm
or
assuming this one doesn't leak anywhere else.
Yeah. It is an old
There's
small block with, how many miles does this have?
261,000 miles.
Yeah, so we've actually known this blazer for quite a while. It was a friend of my dad's. He bought it in, I believe, '99. I think that's what he was saying when we got it from him. So he had it and just decided it was time for something new. So he bought himself a new F-150, new to him, and didn't use it. So he came to us and asked, "Do you want it?"
Yes, please.
Yes. And Kaden said, "I need something to drive. I want it."
Yeah, he was happy as long as it stayed in the family, so.
Kaden pulled the oil filter and the drain plug. Now he's pulling the 2 bolts to get that filter adapter off and...
Figure out the magical way that this thing has to come out.
Oh. Ha! You just dounced your arm. Kaden's getting the different adapter screwed on there so we can get rid of this big old thing.
What's a mess?
So I'm gonna take this over here in the light and I'll show you kind of what we meant about the gaskets a minute ago. There's a seal here and this paper gasket that just fell apart in my hands. They like to leak, so we figured if we were here replacing the oil cooler lines, which is what these are after you cut them, might as well just take care of it all. Or we just make it easy and we just have to put a new paper gasket to seal that adapter on. And then this seal right here, the oil filter seals right there to that same surface. All right, I think Kaden just got the oil filter in. Let's take a look. Shine some light on the situation. Yep, I see an oil filter up there. Cool.
And no cooler lines.
And no cooler lines, yep. I just simplified everything so much.
That's exactly what it needed. We have a win.
Kaden went inside to make us some food. We're having biscuits and gravy tonight. Bet some of you are jealous you aren't here tonight. I'm really excited. But anyway, since he's nice enough to do that, I am going to work on this for a minute while he makes it. I just put some oil in it. I'm gonna start it up, make sure there's no leaks, and make sure the fluid's full, and if so, well, move on to the next stage. See what it does. Hey Corbin,
Hey.
you want a video for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Check the oil.
Let me just ask you one question. You don't like Vine, right?
I what?
You don't like Vine, right?
Vine?
Yeah.
What about Vine?
Just seeing if you know what the word is. It's a German word.
What does it mean?
Just say yes or no.
What does the word vine in German mean in English?
In German, that's Hanke. By the way, I can now translate back and forth. To try it, just keep speaking in either language.
It means wine.
Oh. I was gonna say it's always going from the English side, so I don't know. Gosh, bud. Why do you have to speak in riddles?
Because I do.
Oh, okay. All right, well, oil's full. So the next things we need to do are the idler arm and pitman arm. We have a pitman arm, but we're still waiting on an idler arm. We need to do a belt and a tensioner and an idler pulley. Still waiting on those. We got a blower motor resistor now, so we can try that. Maybe I'll put that in. Kaden threw a washer pump in, that's fixed. We gotta fix the driver's door handle. So we still got a few odds and ends, but I think I'm gonna just put a whole bunch of degreaser on everything.
74 Blazer?
It's a 94 Blazer.
That's what I meant. I was.
74s, those things were rust buckets. You find a 74 Blazer still around. Man. Well, if it's rust free, yeah, get it, because you probably never find another one.
Well, that's at least pretty good. I mean, you'll never.
Yeah, those things, I swear, would rust out on the showroom floor.
What you doing?
So I'm spraying a whole bunch of degreaser because we pulled some oil cooler lines out and they leaked like crazy. Why are you wearing slippers?
I honestly don't know.
Were you too lazy to put your own shoes on?
I think I was. I really am a lazy bumper. But not so lazy. Like, I'll come out here. But
All right, we'll just let all that soak. And then I'll come under here and I'll spray some more. Wow. This thing is so filthy.
really though.
Yeah, we'll just get it all hosed down and let it soak while we go eat the food that Caden's making us. You excited?
Yeah, I mean, last time what he made was, I think it was chicken, I think it was like chicken noodles.
I'm excited for biscuits and gravy, and I don't have to make it.
Yeah.
Well, what should I do now?
Fix the driver's door?
I could. I don't really want to. Those aren't that much fun. I think I'll look at the blower motor resistor. Katie's already done the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just get the easy stuff done and then later just regret our decisions.
Yeah. Or I just do the easy stuff and make Kaden do the hard stuff on his own.
Really though.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, how about while I move this, Corbin, I'll hold the camera and you go get some real shoes on.
Okay.
He's wearing mom's slippers.
Well, we're in the Blazer right now working on the blower motor.
Yep, putting this blower motor resistor in. They're tight. They are really, really tight. So if I can get this.
I wonder what we should call this thing. It's a black Blazer.
Black Betty? Yeah, you're singing the tune. So we can say, whoa, Black Betty. Yeah, but so when he gets another car, we'll say Black Betty had a child and the thing gone wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get in there. My hands are too big.
Let's see if I can.
All right, if you can figure out what needs to be done, you're welcome to do it, Corbin. You gonna come around? All right.
You can assist me.
Okay. See those two yellowish white connectors?
These ones? Right
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, they need to plug it. See where they plug in? So, see the new resistor right there where they need to plug in?
Oh yeah, right there,
Yep.
right here.
Yep. See if you can plug them in. Get the one in the back first. It'll be easier if you do that first. That's the one I'm struggling with.
This one right here.
Yep, that one.
Yeah, I can't get my finger wrapped around this one right here.
All right, well, hold the camera again. Let's see what I can do. Let's give one more shot before we just say sorry, Kaden.
You know, right, that probably pulling that thing out is probably my best bet.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's gonna be our best bet.
Let me try this a different way. Let's see if we can get this harnessed.
I can hold the light.
It's okay.
If that thing pulls up.
Well, it's not bolted down. You know what? Just since we're just testing it, we'll fish this out. We'll just go like this.
Actually do something.
Alrighty. Hey, it works on low now. And it's only loud for just a minute. I wonder if this radio works.
It doesn't. That thing was already done.
Alright, Mom will have to edit this part out, but the radio works.
Yeah. What did you do? The radio? I wonder if the CD disc part still works on the radio.
Alright, well, I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know what I want to do next. Found out the radio does work. Kaden thought it didn't. He just needed to hold the power button down. We're just kind of looking around, like the cup holder still works and everything. You know, there's like a... Do these pull up? Is that... What the... Well, if you need straws, we got them. Yo, that's crazy.
If Kaden knows.
I doubt it. I didn't even know these pulled up on these. Well, he's got a stash of straws.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Huh. Anyways, learn something new every day.
Yep.
Have to do that on Dad's truck. Huh.
Wonder if it even does it.
Oh, I bet you it does. Now we know.
Yeah.
So I had to pull the driver handle up because the stupid key cylinder pushed in it. So the reason why it's doing that, I found out. So there's this little tab on the end that locks in. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just right here on the edge. Kind of pushes down, locks in. But the way that this handle is, where that hole is that it locks into, isn't quite big enough. It needs to be a little bit further back so it'll actually fully lock, because it just barely locks in there. So it'll hold it for about 5 times and then it pushes back in, and then you go, what the heck, because you got to pull the door panel back off and weasel your hand up in here, because there's this bolt that is like precisely right here. So anyway, the other bolt's super easy because it's right here. So I just gotta take the Dremel and open up the hole on this, and then I can put the key cylinder back in it, put this back together, and should be fixed. It seems happy now. I messed with it for a little while and it hasn't fallen back out, so we get to keep the factory handle. And so on these door panels on these trucks, they constantly seem to pull the screws out of here. On the other side, this one hasn't been abused, but there's a screw, just a little screw in there. And there's actually another screw that's behind this panel here that helps to hold it all together. But I think usually that'll get broken and then this screw will pull out. And then the whole handle piece just kind of moves freely. So what we did, you just take a big flat washer and you bend up the one side of it. And then that holds it in place. So that's just about as good as new, and you don't have to worry about pulling out the rest of the door panel. So next piece is I get to go clean this whole mess. Started on cleaning the dash. Just thought y'all might be interested to kind of just see the comparison. Cleaned and not cleaned. Just see how much dust is on this thing. Yeah, just turned my blue rag, mostly not blue. But it's dirty, but it all seems to be there. So I was just going through cleaning up the back of this and decided that I'd take the spare tire out, which is flat. And then right below it, there's this little panel that says jack stowage on it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, well, let's pull that out. Let's see what we actually have in there. And to my surprise, I see this. Some good old made in the USA. And they're actually GM gloves. So I guess these gloves came with it to make sure you didn't get your hands dirty while you were changing the tire. They thought of everything. So you got your scissor jack, you got your instructions, and most importantly, you got your gloves, so that after you change your tire, you can still jump in and drive your car without your dirty hands. So, plus, kind of cool. I have some GM gloves. Got the interior mostly wiped out. It actually looks pretty okay. It's still an old used Blazer, but no complaints for me. So it runs good, works good, and it yeah, doesn't look like a big dust bowl. So there's Corbin. Thanks for your help, buddy.
You're welcome.
So back on the Blazer for a little bit this morning. I was putting some new lift gate struts in it. So if you care to notice, so this is actually the new strut. So with these, the way that the rear defrost works, it actually travels through this shock body. So it's got these little tabs on the end that it connects up to go to the rear defrost. They're actually broke out on this. Here, I'll show you on this other side. So this wire is supposed to connect up to here, and then it travels up to the shock body and then goes through here and then to here to run the rear defrost. That's the way that all works. Obviously it's been broke out for a while because it's broken on both sides, so it hasn't worked for some time. I'm hoping that it actually works once I get it put back together. But the new struts that I got, they don't actually come with these ends that I need to run the that through, and it doesn't even have a little, because these ones have like a little spot in them that this rests in. But the nice thing about this is that these just thread on and off of the gas struts. So I just thread the old ones off, the new ones off, put the old ones back onto the new strut, and then it's ready to go on. I know that the hatch will now stay up because it doesn't, and if you did notice, the guy before me was using this piece of PVC to hold up the hatch, which does work, but yeah, I can't help but worry about it some. So these are like 30 bucks, and it was just easy. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then hopefully I'll get the rear defrost working, and that'll be one step closer. After that, it'll just need an alignment and get emissioned and insured, and it should be good to go. Okay, so I'm driving about 20 minutes away or so to go get this emissioned, and it's really the first time that it's been driven much of anywhere. I'm still worried about it overheating because with found that safety stat that was stuck open. So obviously it's overheated at some point. But we're just gonna drive it over there and see what happens. So hopefully it doesn't overheat. I don't see any reason why it would. It's been putted around the yard plenty and never overheated at all. So I guess it's a possibility that the clutch fan or something is on its way out, or the radiator's partially plugged in some way or something. I don't know. But there's a bunch of snow on the ground, so I'm gonna stay off the freeway because I'm certain that there's a bunch of crashes. And we're just gonna take State Street, so. By the looks of things, State Street's mostly shut down too. Well, maybe I should have just taken the freeway because it's stop and go on State. So needed to do brakes on this Pure Blazer. These are the factory rotors. And this has 260,000 miles on it. And these are warped, and it's super annoying. Not to mention, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's totally like grooves worn in the rotor. Like so much to the point that I had to like pry the caliper off and everybody to get it over the lip, and it just wasn't that cool. So, but yeah, no, I'm hoping that the brake pedal comes back and everything just feels the way it should after I replace these. I definitely will get the vibration of the brake pedal out. That's super obnoxious. So there's it compared to the new one. And you can see that on the back edge, just how much thicker the new one is than the old one. How much wear it has on it. So it's pretty much cut a third of it out.
So after Kaden got the brakes off that Blazer, I was curious just how much run out there was. So we're gonna see. We got this set up. It's on, just mounted on a hub, dial indicator. All right, switch your spots, Kaden, so we can see it. Okay. Yeah, I believe those brakes were warped.
Yeah, this is, and literally this is us just spinning it. So that tells you just how much it was kind of making the brake pad shimmy around. Because when I'd go to stop, the brake pedal would go.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And I would believe it.
Okay, I think we got her all finished up. The door's shut good, it runs good, and I mean, I'm just happy with it. So I really love it. Well, I actually drove it up a little ways to go pick up a new washing machine for us because our old one died, and it just cruises like a champ on the freeway. So it's awesome. Remember, we all drive on rough roads. It's our attitude and good suspension that determines the ride.
The tires are really good.
I think we can do that better.
Look at those marks.
That's a lot better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Dang, that was pretty solid. Okay.
We might be able to do it better.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching us.